Hi, thanks for joining me for today's practice. Our practice today will be about breathing into the back and finding the back side of our body. To get started, you might want to grab 2 blocks and a blanket. Once you have those, go ahead and lie down on your mat on your belly. Make a pillow with your hands, one hand on top of the other or one forearm on top of the other. We'll be starting in what's called crocodile. As you take these first few moments on your belly, wiggle around a little, come to the top of your thighs, and you might find that you can draw your tailbone down a little and lift and down and lift, and then find a place that feels somewhere in the middle, somewhere neutral. Bring your forehead to your hands and start to let the body relax. If you have any low back pain, you may want to take the blanket, roll it a couple times, and place it under your ankles, and that might feel better as we get started. Otherwise, allow yourself to settle in here. Begin to find your breath. And let yourself arrive. Take a moment just to consider the possibility of your practice, what you might be able to learn about yourself, about your body, and how different things feel in your body. And start to become aware of your breath. And in this belly down position, prone position, you might really notice the breath in the front of your body as your belly presses against the floor. Once you've established a connection with your breath, begin to bring your awareness to the back of your body, noticing the breath and where it resides in the back body as you breathe fully into the lungs. Let your face and shoulders relax. You might even let your legs relax if you've found that you've been holding them. Let there be a softness in the body as you breathe in and out. And start to breathe deep into your lower back. Notice any shifting of movement or of your body as you breathe deep into the lower back. And do this a few times. And invite the breath not only into the lower back, but through the middle back as well. Feel the back of your ribs move up toward the sky. And then continue inviting that breath to deepen until you feel as if you're breathing all the way up to the backside of your shoulders. And it might feel different. It might not feel quite as smooth, as this might be a new way of focusing on your breath. Allow it to be whatever it is right now. Just feeling the fullness of your breath in your body. Taking just a few more breaths here, noticing, watching, exploring the sensation from this perspective. And the next time that you're ready to inhale, take a full deep breath in. Lower back all the way to the upper back. Hold the breath for just a moment, and then open your mouth and let go of the breath. Notice the release. And with your head on your hands, you can turn your head to the side if that would feel better at this point. lift your feet toward the ceiling and let your legs windshield wiper side to side a few times. And bring the legs to stillness. Let both feet go out toward the side edges of your mat, and then bring them in and cross your feet at the ankles and go back and forth, out and in a few times. Different type of windshield wiper. And bring that movement to stillness. Lower the legs down, and with your forehead back on your hands, turn your right toes under. Press through your back heel and just lift your knee off the floor. Pressing through the heel, engage your abdominal wall, and think of making your leg really long. Try and move the right hip away from your right ribs. Just stretching through that side of the body. And then release that knee down, relax the top of the foot, turn the left toes under, press through the heel, reach back. Press as far as you can. Really lengthen, stretching out the sole of your foot, noticing how that feels. And then release that. Go ahead and bring your forehead now to the floor. Take your arms straight out in front of you and walk your fingers as far forward as you can. Reach your toes back, stretch through the whole body. And then stretch the right arm a little farther away than the left. And then the left arm a little farther away than the right. And just go a little side to side. And you can start to move your hips a little as if you were trying to crawl yourself forward, although you really won't go anywhere, so don't worry about that. Just exploring the sides of your body. How long can you make one side and stretch? And on the other side, let your head go. It might turn a little to one side, it might turn a little to the other. And coming back to center, draw your navel in, reach back through your toes, slide your hands underneath your shoulders, and then press into your hands as you lift yourself up into table position, hands and knees. Now you may want to take a moment and find your blanket. We'll be on our knees for a little while. Once you've found your blanket, come back into your table position. On an exhalation, draw your tailbone down, round your spine toward the sky. Press your hips back toward your heels like you're coming into child's pose. And then inhale and pull yourself forward. Draw the navel in no matter which direction you're going. As you exhale, draw the tailbone down, round the spine, press the hips back to the heels. The uncat and cow here. Just starting to warm up the spine, checking in, noticing sensation. If you're familiar with the ujjayi sound, you can add that to your breath, gently constricting the back of the throat, passing the breath across the throat and making a soft ocean sound. And the next time that you're back by your heels, stay there for a moment and let yourself rock a little side to side. Just shifting your hips one way and then the other way. Let the head be relaxed. You might feel a little bit of a massage or pressure against your belly. And that might just feel good right now. And then come back to center. Walk your hands towards your knees and slowly lift yourself up to kneeling. Lifting the sternum. On an inhalation, raise the arms out at the sides, up overhead. And as you exhale, release the arms down. And just do this a few times. Ground down into your legs, reaching toward the earth. Inhaling and exhaling. And the next time that you've inhaled, see what it feels like to press your hips forward a little. Keep your ears in line with your arms and feel the pressure or the squeeze in the back of your body as you come into an extension. And then inhale, coming up. As you exhale, draw your navel in, send your hips back, come into child's pose, hands on your lower back. And then with your next inhalation, root into your legs. Inhale, sweep yourself all the way up, press the hips forward, reach back. And then exhale, sending the hips back, lowering down. Continue moving at your own pace, inhaling as you lift and exhaling as you lower. You might notice that you wobble a little bit. That's okay. Keep drawing in everything toward the midline, trying to create as smooth a movement as is possible for you right now. Now, the next time that you're inhaling up, stay there for a moment. As you exhale, twist to your right, lowering the arms down. And then inhale, coming up and through center. As you exhale, go to the other side. On your next inhalation, come back up through center and exhale, fold all the way back down into that child's pose. And then add that to the movement. Inhale, lifting up. Exhaling to that right. Inhale, reaching, unwinding. Exhaling to the left, keeping the abdominal wall drawn in. Inhale, lifting and rotating, and exhaling all the way down. Do this a few more times, following your breath. And you might play with the arms a little bit. Maybe releasing the arms all the way down doesn't feel good. Just go part way. Giving yourself a little bit of back bend in there, and then your rotation. Exhaling all the way down. And we'll go through this one more time. Inhale, complete the whole cycle. Exhaling. And then ending back in that child's pose. Take just a few breaths here. You may want to stretch your arms out long in front of you. You may want to shift a little side to side again. And then bringing yourself back up into table position, hands and knees. Take a moment to find your blocks. Reorient yourself with your hands on your blocks. They can be at your lowest level or the higher level, your choice. On an inhalation, step your right foot forward through your hands so that you're coming into a knee down lunge. I'm going to place my hands up a little high on the blocks today. Draw my tailbone down, lift the sternum, and reach through the crown of the head. As I exhale, I'm just going to send my hips back a tiny bit. On the inhalation, coming forward. And I'm just going to play here. Start to inquire, what does this feel like in my hamstring? As I go back, I might round my spine a little bit. As I come forward, I'll find an opening, especially across the collarbones. Exhaling back. And then when it feels right, I'll make the movement a little larger. So I'll exhale, take my blocks with me. Send my hips all the way back into that runner's stretch, toes coming up, navel drawing in. And then inhale, come forward and open the chest. As you come forward, make sure that your knee stays right over your ankle or slightly behind. And just move back and forth a few times. Let the breath move the body. What's possible here for you? Opening up through the hip flexors, the hamstrings, keeping that abdominal wall toned and letting that help move you forward and back. And the next time that you come forward, stay there for just a moment. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Taking a few breaths. And then with your next exhalation, go back into the runner's lunge, holding here. And you can stay right here. Lift the sternum up. If you'd like to go a little bit farther, take your blocks over your right leg and then just turn to look to the right. You can even turn the head to look back over your shoulder, wherever it's comfortable for your head, finding a little bit of side bending, just noticing, breathing. Feels good. And then walk the blocks back. As you inhale, coming back up to center, check in with your knee. Press down through your fingertips as you lift your sternum a little higher, spine a little longer. On your inhalation, sweep your arms forward and up. And remember, there are always other arm positions. You could come into goddess arms. You could take your arms out in T position. You can even bring your hands to your hips if it's too much to hold the arms up in your knee down warrior. Keep rooting into the heel and the ball of your front foot, lifting the sternum, drawing your tailbone down, navel draws in. And then on an exhalation, you're going to open your arms as you rotate toward the right, breathing. Same movement we just did in that child movement. On your inhalation, bring the arms up, come back through center. And as you exhale, open over toward the left, shoulders relaxed, spine tall. On your inhalation, lift the arms up and unwind back to center. As you exhale, release your arms down. Hands come back to your blocks. Shift your hips back just enough to bring that right leg back to meet the left. Turn your blocks down and send your hips back, lengthening your arms, forehead coming toward the floor. You might find that the forehead doesn't touch the floor. That's okay. And if this is too intense for your shoulders, you could move the blocks. Just place your hands on the mat. And with your next inhalation, draw your navel in, pull yourself forward, turn your blocks up at least one, and step your left foot forward in between your hands, sinking down into that right hip. I'm going to go a little high again. Draw the tailbone down, lift the sternum, reach through the crown of the head. Draw the navel in, find your breath, and just notice. How does this side feel? And when you're ready, begin that exploration. So hands can be on the blocks. Send your hips back just a little and bring them forward. Send them back and bring them forward. Try not to scrunch your shoulders up to your ears like another set of earrings or a set of earrings. As it becomes comfortable, begin to shift all the way back, pulling the toe up, pulling that hip back as you come forward, sinking into the right hip and the left knee. You might want to walk your blocks back with you, coming forward and back. Noticing how is your back body responding, what's happening there, what's possible on this side. And the next time that you're sending the hips back and you're in that runner's stretch, stay there, lift the sternum, just notice, and then pull yourself forward again. Sink down into the hip, come onto your fingertips on the block, draw the tailbone down and lift your sternum. Notice a slight back bend in your spine. As you next exhale, take the blocks back with you. Come back into that runner's stretch. And you may stay right here. Or take your blocks over toward the left side, blocks on the floor, turning your head to either look down in between the blocks or back behind you. Keep sinking into that hip, pulling the left toes toward you. Try not to lock that left knee. Feel your strength here. your ability to focus and balance. And with your next inhalation, bring the blocks back and then send that left knee forward back into that knee down lunge. You might decide to just stay here, or if you'd like, hug everything into center, the legs pull into one another, toward one another. Lift your arms up into that knee down warrior posture. Soften the shoulders and hold your gaze. Let out a sigh. With your next exhalation, open your arms out to the side as you twist to the left. Just turning the head as far as is comfortable for you. Keep pulling the legs in toward the pelvis. On your inhalation, come all the way up. And as you exhale, twist over to the right, opening the body. Notice what's happening in your back with the twist. Maybe a little bit of back bend. Inhale, coming all the way up. Unwind. As you exhale, bring your hands back down to your blocks. Sink down for just a moment. And turn your back toes under. Lift the back knee up off the floor. And then take as many steps as you need to come forward. Feet coming toward one another. A little bit of distance in between your feet. Pulling the hands and the blocks forward. Bend your knees and fold down. Keep the abdominal wall drawn in. Shoulders relaxed. And then as you inhale, press into the blocks. Come up to a flat back. Keep the spine as long as you can, the eyes gazing down. On your exhalation, fold down, curling into yourself, rounding your spine. Inhale, press into the feet, knees slightly bent. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold all the way down. And then bend your knees. Bring your hands to your thighs, and with that flat back, lift yourself all the way up. As you come up, sweep the arms forward and up. And then as you exhale, open the arms out to the side and down. Find yourself standing and in Tadasana. Pressing down into your feet, reach up through the crown of your head. And then inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. As you exhale, try and keep your hips still, but turn or twist to the right, just like we did before. Inhale, bring the arms up, unwind, and as you exhale, release down. And do that a few times. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, twisting and releasing. And just begin to pay attention to what happens in your body. I find it's harder for me to twist toward my right, which would be your left. My hip wants to come with me. Keep rooting down, exhaling as you rotate. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, releasing. And the next time that you're coming back through center, stay there and then release your arms all the way down. Allow your eyes to close. Reach up through the crown of the head, taking a breath in and out. With your next inhalation, sweep your arms forward and up. And then as you exhale, swan dive all the way down. Find your blocks again, coming into Uttanasana. You can adjust them to whatever height works for you. As you inhale, fingertips to your blocks. Inhale halfway up, flat back. And then exhale, fold down. Send your weight into your heels. Bring your hands to your thighs. With that flat back, inhale, come all the way up. Sweep the arms up. And then exhale, release the arms all the way down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, coming up and back through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Root into your feet. Inhale, coming up. Now as you exhale, swan dive all the way down. Hands to your blocks. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, take the arms out at the sides. Inhale, come all the way up. As you exhale, press your hips forward. Open the body. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, coming up. This time as you exhale, swan dive all the way down and let yourself just hang in waterfall today, or at this moment. Hold on to your elbows. Let your head hang. Bend your knees as much as you want. You can even play with resting your belly on your thighs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh. Feel your spine long. And as you pull against your elbows and toward the floor, it's almost as if you're giving yourself a little bit of traction. And then press into your feet, bring your hands to your thighs, lift up to a flat back, and then slowly come all the way up. Roll the shoulders back and down. Take a breath in and out. Check in with yourself. If you're not already at the front edge of your mat, take a moment just to step up to the front of your mat. Slide your hands to your hips. Lengthen your spine. And on an exhalation, step your right leg back into a high lunge, toes to the floor. Doesn't have to really be a big, deep lunge as we come into this version of warrior, Virabhadrasana. Square your hips forward, front knees right over your ankle or slightly behind. Lift the sternum up, reach through the crown of the head. Then on your inhalation, the arms can come up overhead, they can come out to the side. You can even keep the hands on your hips. Do what feels best for you. Find your breath. Pull your middle ribs in, feel them come toward the back of your body. And then lift the sternum, find your warrior. Strong body, legs pulling toward one another. Take a breath in. On your exhalation, twist to the right. Open your arms out to the side. Breathing here. Shoulders relaxed. And then inhale, bring the arms up. Come back through center. As you exhale, twist to the left. Feel your strength here. Balance. And then inhale, coming up. And exhale, release your hands to your front thigh. With your next inhalation, step the back leg to meet the front. Land in both feet. Feel your shoulders relax. Take a moment and just notice the right and left side of your body. They may feel different. And working into the other side, slide your hands to your hips. And as you exhale, step your left leg back. Make it as big or small as will work for you in your body right now. Squaring both hips forward, draw your tailbone down as you press through the back heel. Reach up through the crown of the head. On your inhalation, sweep your arms forward and up. Notice your balance on this side. Can you hug your hips in toward one another? Find your strength. And on an exhalation, twisting to that left, lowering the arms, breathing. The arms reach out and they reach in at the same time. As you inhale, both arms come up, come back through center, and then exhale and rotate to the other side. You might find that one side's a little more wobbly than the other. That's okay. Be with it. With your next inhalation, arms come up, unwind, and as you exhale, pulling the elbows down, hands to your front thigh, and then inhale, step up. Once more, land here in mountain pose, Tadasana. Noticing sensation in the body. Maybe you're a little more balanced in what you're feeling. Then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and find one of your blocks. Place your block short side to the back, short side to the front, in between your thighs. A little closer to the knees than the inner thighs or the top of the thighs. Good. Root down into your feet. Bend your knees a little and give your shoulders just a little shake. Notice the sensation of the block between the thighs. And then come to landing your feet. On an inhalation, sweep your arms forward, just to shoulder height. Bring the thumbs up and then pull the arms back into the body. And if you're getting tired or this just doesn't work for you, hands on your hips work great too. So you decide where you'd like to be. Take a big breath in here, and then as you exhale, lift your tailbone, send your sitting bones toward the back of the room, and just notice Utkatasana, the standing squat. As you inhale, lift up just a little. As you exhale, lower down, and go back and forth. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep squeezing the block to engage your inner thighs. It also helps to create a little bit of balance, although I just lost my balance. Good. Just a few more times. Lift and lower. And the next time you're down, stay there. 3 breaths. If your arms get tired, hands come to your hips or even to your lower back to open up the chest. Try it. See what it feels like. After your 3 breaths, on an inhalation, come all the way up, and then just press your hips forward, lean back a little bit. Opening the front of the body, squeezing the back of the body. And then inhale, coming up, and exhale, release your legs, release your blocks. And once more, feel, notice. Now step your feet about as wide as your mat, knees bent, and begin to circle your hips. This is really nice for the low back. You can go fast or slow. You can play with your knees being bent, or some people like their legs to be straight. Just find your groove, find your circle, and then go the other way. Notice, does one side feel different than the other, or going one direction feel different than the other? And then bring yourself back to center. Walk your feet in a little bit, a little more than your Tadasana stance. And we're going to just do a little bit of hula hoop action. So we just opened up those hips and the lower back a little. Take your arms out at your sides, and you might have to go back a while to remember what hula hooping was like. But begin to find your hula hoop circle. Let your shoulders relax. And just circle. And imagine that you've got that hula hoop and you are so good. It's coming from your underarms all the way down your side body to your waist, to your hips. We're not going to do any fancy leg work today, but just feel it and then pause quickly and then go the other way. I always find that going one direction is a lot easier than the other. Just kind of working out some of what we just did. Come back to center, let the hoop drop, let your arms drop. Take a big breath in. Exhale with a sigh. And just notice vibration, pulsing, sensation. What's possible? Maybe now you're thinking you're going to run out and get a hula hoop. Whatever you might do later, right now, bring your feet in just a little closer, your Tadasana stance. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. And as you exhale, navel draws in, swan dive all the way down. Find that waterfall or that ragdoll again, just hanging and feeling. And then bend your knees enough so you can walk your hands forward and step back through table position, eventually making your way all the way down to your belly, back to where we started, and back to that crocodile. So one hand on top of the other, forehead to your to the hands. Rock your hips now, side to side, reaching back through your toes. Scoop your navel in. And just breathe. And maybe you didn't even think about breathing in the back of your body for those standing postures, but come back to breathing in the back of your body now. Notice what it feels like. And the next time that you exhale, feel the navel draw in. Forehead is on your hands, reaching through the toes. As you exhale, lift your head and your arms off the floor. The crocodile is coming up to just take a little look around. And then as you exhale, lower down. Inhale and lift. Exhale, lower. And just move at your own pace. One more breath in and out. And then as you release, let your arms come down to your sides. Turn your head to one side and take a few breaths. You might rock your hips a little bit side to side if that would feel good. Now go ahead and return your chin, lips, or forehead to the floor. Turn your palms down at your sides. Re-engage the legs by reaching back, scooping the belly in, and then reach your right leg back as far as you can. On your inhalation, go ahead and lift that leg off the floor. Keep both hip bones down and pressing into the earth. Feel the strength of the backside of your leg all the way from the buttocks down to the heel, maybe even the sole of the foot. Breathe in and out. Crocodile worked the upper part of the spine, muscles around the spine. This works the muscles around the lower part of the spine. As you exhale, lower the leg down. Turn your head again to one side. Turn your palms up. And just to release the back, draw your feet to the ceiling and windshield wiper your legs. Bring the legs back to center. Turn the forehead again to the floor. Rock the hips side to side, reaching back through the toes. Turn your palms down at your sides once more. Scoop the belly in. And now reach back with the left leg. Shoulders are moving away from the ears. And when you're ready, lift that left leg up off the floor. Draw it slightly toward the midline of your body, finding your breath. If you notice any shaking or vibration, just be with that. Feel it. Let it be possible to shake. And then with your next exhalation, slowly release the leg down. Turn your head to the side once more. Relax your hands. Take a breath in and out. Notice the breath once more in your spine. And then bringing your forehead so that you're turning back toward the floor. Lift the chest enough so that you can slide your elbows underneath your shoulders. The forearms are going to be parallel to one another. Spread the fingers wide. We'll work ourselves into a little bit of a Sphinx posture. So pull your sternum forward as you press your palms and your forearms into the floor and pull them back. The back of the neck stays long, reaching back through the toes, scooping the belly in. Find your breath here. And then on an exhalation, just turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Breathing. Sternum reaching forward. It's almost as if you're trying to drag yourself forward. On an inhalation, turn the head back to center. And then as you exhale, turn the head to the left. Keep pulling your shoulders away from your ears, drawing your shoulder blades together and down the back. Inhaling, coming back to center, and then looking down in between your hands so the back of the neck is long. Just like we did in the beginning, turn your right toes under, press through your heel, and lift your knee off the floor. Keep your hip bones pressing down toward the earth, sternum reaching forward. On your exhalation, release the right knee, relax the top of the right foot, and then go ahead and turn your left toes under. Press through the heel, lifting the knee up, scooping the belly in, relaxing the head. And exhaling, bending the knee, releasing, and one more time. You can make a pillow with your hands, forehead to your hands, or turn your head to one side, lift the feet up, and windshield wiper the legs. You may even want to explore circling. How does that feel? I think it gives a nice little massage to the thighs and the pelvis. If you're circling, go the other way. Bring your circling or movement to a stillness. Lower the feet down. Lift the head and slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Draw your navel in. Press into your hands as you lift yourself up through table. We'll stay in table for just a moment. Inhale and come into a cow position. And as you exhale, draw the tailbone down, rounding your spine. Inhaling and lifting the tailbone, pulling the ribs forward, opening the front of your throat. And exhaling, rounding. And stay in the rounded position for a moment and just notice what that feels like. And you might want to play with staying rounded, but shift your hips back and shift them forward. And the next time that you're coming forward, bring your big toes to touch. Open your knees wide. And then press your hips back to your heels in a wide child's pose. Lower down onto your elbows for a moment. Pull the shoulders away from your ears and let your head hang. You can even think of drawing your chin in toward your throat. And with your next inhalation, press into your palms, lifting the torso up. Turn your right palm up. Slide it over to the left side, lowering down onto your right shoulder, your right ear. Coming into a twisted child or rotating child's pose. Breathe here. Soften, feel heavy in the body. And pressing down into your left palm, unwind, come back up to center, shoulders relaxed. And when you're ready, the left palm turns up, slide over to the right side, lowering down onto the shoulder, the right ear, the left ear. Letting the body relax. Pressing into your right hand, start to unwind, coming back to center. Take a full breath in. Exhale with a sigh. And then drawing your navel in, pull yourself up into table position so that you can slide your feet to one side and lower down onto the buttocks. Take your legs out in front of you here, and you may want to find that blanket again. Fold it so that you can sit up on the edge of it. And once you've found that, press out through your heels as we come into Dandasana or staff pose. Your hands or fingers touch the floor. The energy moves from your pelvis out through your heels, from your pelvis up through the crown of your head. So as you begin to press down into your hands, reach up through the crown of your head, reach out through your heels. And begin to find your breath, back of the neck long. Feel free to close your eyes and breathe. And just notice what it feels like to be engaged here. Strong legs, strong center, strong arms. And stay in the posture, but relax now. Let go. Notice the difference. And then once more, find the engagement. Legs engaged, toes reach up, heels press out. Fingers, palms press down as the shoulders move away from the ears, reaching long through the spine. And then on an exhalation, soften, relax. And go ahead and bend your right knee now. Bring the sole of that right foot up toward your inner thigh or your knee. Fingertips come to the floor just in front of you, sitting really tall again. On an exhalation, hinge forward just a little bit from your hips. Keep your spine really long. So we're really working the integrity of holding yourself strong, holding your body up and open. If you'd like to work a little more today, you can reach the arms forward, pulling the shoulders back behind you. You can also play with reaching the arms up overhead, but the hands on the floor are perfectly fine. Where can you hold the integrity of the posture? A version of Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Keep moving the breath into the body and out of the body. Maybe even find the breath in the back of your body here. On your exhalation, release the hands, press the fingers into the floor, lift the torso up, and once more, stay in the shape, but soften the body. Notice the difference. And go ahead and slide that left leg a little bit out to the side. You might tuck that right foot in a little closer to the pelvis. Keep pressing out through the left heel. Lift the right arm up toward the sky. And then as you exhale, bend the elbow, bring the hand to the back of the head, press your head lightly into your hand, pull the shoulder and elbow toward the back of the room, keeping yourself really open. And slide your left hand down to your shin, lift the sternum, and as you exhale, reach over toward the left side. Keep rooting your right hip down, left shoulder relaxed. Continue to reach out through the crown of the head, and if this arm position doesn't work, fingers can always come to the shoulder. You can also bring your hand to your hip, so you decide what feels best for you. And with your next inhalation, come up, and as you exhale, release that right hand out to the side of your body. Keep reaching out through your left heel, take your right arm up to the sky. Again, you can change your hand placement wherever it feels best for you. Keep reaching wherever you are, lifting the sternum up. You can stay right here or press down into your right hand, press into your right knee, lift your hips, and take your left foot to the floor, stretching long through your side body, opening through the front of the body. You might even feel a little bit of a back bend in the back of your body. And then on your exhalation, slowly release all the way down. Take your left hand behind your left knee. Pull the knee in toward the body. You may choose to stay right here. Or if you'd like a little more hip stretch, come back into a cross-legged position. That left lower leg comes in front of the right. Lift the sternum up and then walk your hands forward. You might stay with arms long. That might be enough for you. You could also lower down onto your elbows. The eye gaze turns to the floor. Or walk the hands all the way forward, reaching over. Decide which position is best for you right now. It might be different on the other side. It might be different tomorrow. Whatever position you are in, bring your awareness to your back body. Feel the breath in the back of the body once more. And then on your inhalation, press into your palms, navel draws in slightly, walk yourself all the way up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh. Just give your shoulders either a roll or a shake, whatever might feel good to you. And go ahead and take both legs out in front of you once more, pressing through the heel. This time, drawing that left foot up to the right inner thigh or toward the knee. Sitting tall, pelvis straight to the front of the room. Fingertips pressed down into the floor as you lift your spine long, and then exhaling from your hips, hinging forward. Find again that position that feels good for you. You're not rounding. You want to stay flat or straight in your back. Let your right toes relax, but press out through your right heel. And think of pressing the right thigh toward the floor. Notice the breath. Can you feel it in the back of your body here? And the other arms are arms forward or arms overhead. Just these last few breaths if you'd like to change your arm placement. And then exhaling, pulling the elbows down, pressing the fingers in the floor, toning the abdominal wall. Lift yourself all the way up. Good. And then go ahead and slide that right leg over to the side just a little bit. And inhale the left arm straight forward and up. As you exhale, bring the hand behind the head. Press the head into the hand a little. Open up through the chest on the left side. Take your right hand over toward that right leg. And deep breath in. As you exhale, slide over. It's not really about how far you go, but how much can you lengthen through your left side. Press the left hip down. Notice where you feel the breath. With your next inhalation, come all the way up. As you exhale, release that left arm. Take a moment at center. Then drawing that left hand out to the side, take the right arm up along the ear toward the ceiling. Relax both shoulders away from your ears. And if you'd like, press into your left hand, into your left knee. Lift the hips, press down into the right foot, and stretch the whole side body. Letting the head move in a way that feels good for you. And with your next exhalation, slowly release, coming back through center. Sit tall for just a moment. You might need to catch up with yourself here. And if you'd like, bend that left knee. Your foot can stay in that bent position, or feel free to come back into cross-legged. You'll be on the other side now, and you're welcome to still be sitting up on that blanket. Lengthen your spine, and then walk the hands forward. Check in, and then decide, where do you want to go? Hands, elbows, forearms, or reaching all the way out? You decide. Once more, find the breath in the back of your body. Take one more breath in and out. And then on your inhalation, toning the abdominal wall, press into the palms or the fingers. Walk yourself all the way up. As you exhale, settle into your seat. And just notice, how are you feeling right now? What's possible? In this seated position, can you find breath in your lower back, your middle back, and your upper back? Full deep breaths in and out. The next time that you're ready to exhale, go ahead and release your legs out in front of you. Give them a little bit of a shake. You may even want to just slide your hands down your legs, around your knees, just kind of releasing from that sitting. If you're not in the middle of your mat, take a moment to come into the middle of your mat or move to the middle of your mat. Lift your sternum up high and slowly lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Now you'll be on your back, knees bent, and just notice sensation here. Maybe there's freedom in the belly from when we first started. Maybe you're more aware of your back as it's touching the floor. And wherever you are, go ahead and exhale and bring your knees in toward your chest, hugging the knees in. The hands can come behind the thighs if that feels better, or over the shins. Lengthen the back of your neck wherever you are. And just stretching the lower back. We'll come into one more back bend today. Release your feet one at a time to the floor and walk them fairly close to the buttocks. Some of that will depend on your height of your bridge posture. But when you're ready, press your palms into the floor. Draw the shoulder blades slightly toward one another to lift the sternum, and then press your feet into the floor as you lift your hips toward the sky. Coming up just as high as is comfortable for you. And you can stay here, palms down or palms up. Or slide your hands underneath the body, thread the fingers together, and press your knuckles towards your heels. Now notice the breath in your body. You might notice it more in the front of your body than the back, but can you pay attention to the back of your body? What expands and what contracts? Now with your next exhalation, release your hands, come up onto your toes, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, shift the hips forward, slowly lower the spine down to the floor, and just feel the spine, the back of the body return to the mat. Taking a few breaths here. And coming into this final twist, you can leave your feet right on the floor, or feel free to bring your knees back into your chest. Lengthening the back of the neck, draw your arms out to your sides in T position. And on an exhalation, let your knees roll over to the right, keeping that left shoulder on the floor. The head can turn in any direction that's comfortable for you. Notice the rotation in the spine. Notice your breath. allowing the breath to slow down, to deepen again. On your inhalation, draw your navel in slightly, lift the top knee off the bottom, roll to your back once more, hug the knees in or bring the feet back to a more neutral position. And then on exhalation, let the knees roll over to that opposite side. Again, the head can turn any direction. It can even stay looking straight up at the sky. Soften through the hips and the feet. With your next inhalation, lift the top knee and then come back up through center, lowering the feet one at a time down to the floor, and making any adjustment that you need to for a moment. Just turn your head slowly side to side. Let the shoulders move away from your ears. And coming back to center, we'll prepare for relaxation. So finding your position, maybe it's Shavasana, legs out, arms out. You might place your blanket under your head or under your knees. You might even play with placing it over your thighs or over your body. Take a few moments to find your position for relaxation. What would serve you? What's possible with taking these few minutes of rest? Once you've found that position, bring your awareness back to your breath. And once more, feel yourself breathing lower back, middle back, upper back. Releasing top to bottom. Notice any difference in awareness that you might have now than you had when we first started. And now let go of all control of your breath. Let yourself go. Start to become aware of the breath in the back of your body. As you breathe in, you might feel yourself more connected to the mat, the floor, the earth. As you breathe out, you might feel a softening there, a release. Start to move your fingers and your toes and allow that movement to grow into feet rolling around the ankles, hands rolling around the wrists, head turning slowly side to side. And try taking a few breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth as you continue your stretching, your awakening, eventually bending your knees and rolling to your favorite side to lie in fetal position. Holding your head and taking a moment to feel your back body. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale with a sigh. Pressing your top hand into the floor. Slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position, using any support that you might need. Once you're settled, lengthen from pelvis to crown. Feeling the back side of the body long, strong. And start to feel the breath in the back of your body again. Lower back, middle back, upper back. Really connected to that side of yourself. Feel yourself here. Feel the fullness of your breath. And taking in these words from Barb Klein about yoga. Yoga, serenity, strength, balance, flow, possibility, effort with ease, going within while reaching beyond, total abandon, freedom, challenge, victory, a melding of body, mind, and spirit. Home. Feel yourself at home in your body. Feel possibility. In closing our class, let's share the sound of Om together, inviting the breath in. Bringing your hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra and bowing your head to your heart. Hadi Om, peace, peace, peace. May there be peace within each one of you. May there be peace on this journey that is your life, and may you know that you are exactly where you are meant to be at this moment. The light in me sees the light in each of you. Jai Bhagwan.